This video is going to show you the secrets behind growing your Instagram account fast, and I want you to think of this process like baking a cake. When you go to bake a cake, you don't think to yourself, okay, I don't have flour, so I'm not gonna add flour, or I don't like eggs, so I'm not gonna add eggs, because each ingredient in that cake serves a specific purpose. It's a non-negotiable in order to have a really fantastic and delicious end result. And I want you to think of these steps and tips that I'm giving you in this video the same way. Now, with that said, let's get started. My first tip for you is to create high quality content. And I don't know about you, but I hate this advice because it's very generic, and if you don't know how to create high quality content, this tip doesn't help you that much. So how do we create high quality content? And I'm gonna give you a formula that helps you create high quality content, and this is something that is not an exact science. You are going to have to experiment and see what works for you in your niche. The first thing that you need to do in order to create high quality content is you need to have a high quality profile. An optimized profile simply means that you are making a very good first impression to anybody who lands on your social media profile page. This looks like using keywords in your name. It involves a link to your website, and it also includes a very short description on what people can expect to find on your account if they choose to follow you. This acts as a preliminary screening to people who are going to be interested in engaged members of your community or not. You also want to include story highlights that are going to be present 24/7 at the top of your account, and these are going to act as a little mini sales associate for you. So make sure that they are relevant to your products and services and are help directing people to your website. Now, some other factors that contribute to making a good impression to new followers and new visitors to your account is your content itself. And this is where a lot of people struggle. So a lot of people will struggle with things like consistency, or they will struggle with branded content. And I want you to take these things very seriously. You cannot figure out what type of content is performing the best for your account if you are not creating content consistently. You also cannot figure out what type of content is performing best for your account if you are not checking out your insights. And this is critical for new accounts that don't have performing content yet. And another thing that is going to drastically help you grow your account is to create a multi-dimensional account feed. So what I mean by this is Instagram tends to reward accounts that are using their various formats. For example, you want to be using Reels. You want to be using single post images. You also want to be using carousels. And this is going to enhance and attract a much more diverse audience to your account. Now, you might be thinking, I don't know how to create carousel posts. I don't know how to create Reels. I'm not a film editor. And what I want you to know and understand is Google and YouTube are going to be your best friends. There are tons of content creators that are showing you exactly how to do and create these different types of things. There are also softwares like Canva that make it incredibly easy to create designed and branded posts. Other softwares like Later allow you to batch your content as well, which means that you are not constantly burned out or running around every day trying to come up with content on the fly. Now, if you are not sure how to batch your content or to come up with a content pillar or Instagram strategy, don't worry, wait until the end of the video because I'm going to show you exactly how you can access the tools and resources in order to find out this information and be guided through it step by step. You also want to create content that's branded and unique to you and your account. If I can find your information on 100 different accounts, then it significantly waters down the type of content that you produce, and it gives people less incentive to follow you specifically. My second tip for you is to make sure that you're engaging on other accounts in your niche and in your industry. So what I do is I set up an engagement tracker in Airtable, and I actually make a list of accounts to engage with. Now, there is a specific strategy for this. What I do is I go and I find 10 relevant hashtags that are highly targeted to the people that are most likely to inquire about my specific services. And I scroll through these hashtags and look for 3 posts that I genuinely feel are offering value and good high quality content. And I leave a thoughtful, genuine comment on their post. If that person is somebody who leaves a thoughtful and genuine comment back, if they are somebody who is looking to engage in a relationship, I add them to my list. This tells me through their behavior and their actions to my engagement that they are somebody who is looking to build authentic and genuine relationships. And so these are the types of accounts that I want to engage with regularly. Now, as you start to do this, you are going to start to realize why the first point on building high quality content was so important. You do not want to engage or build relationships with people that are not bringing value to you and your feed. What I mean by this is certain people post content like this that is not valuable and it's very difficult to engage with. You want to stay away from accounts like this because it's going to be very difficult to leave genuine and thoughtful comments because the content isn't set up to do that. Second of all, you cannot build relationships with people who do not respond to your comments or conversations. That is why it's so important to make sure that you are responding to people who took the time to leave a beautiful comment on your page, because that's how the relationship building process starts. But people who are consistently inconsistent or consistently don't respond, these are people that are not a good use of your time. They do not appreciate your comments and they are probably not running their businesses very effectively. And so you want to stay away from them. Now, finally, the outcome of following this engagement strategy, as I've laid it out for you, is that you start to build genuine, authentic relationships with people you actually like and enjoy following on Instagram. And this allows you to open up the door to not only sales, but it also opens up the door to referrals, promotions, collaborations, and support in your industry. Now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this sounds like so much work. And trust me, you're not alone in thinking that. But what I want you to realize is this is building your sales skills. This is also building your network, which means it's increasing your net worth. Now, my third tip for you is to prioritize your community. This means at its most basic level, you're showing up every day. You're responding to comments. You're having conversations and collecting data on your audience and what it is they want to see. And the most efficient way to do this is to post stories every day. And this is a very powerful sales technique, and it is also very powerful for collecting target market research on your audience so that you can serve them better. This is also a significantly more appropriate place to showcase things like sales and advertise your products or services and to promote your services directly. This means your high value and high impact content is on your feed, but your sales, promotions, and your links to your website and the behind the scenes look at your business is saved for your stories. And this is going to allow you to build more of a community and more of a relationship with your audience. Now, the ability to build and create your community lies significantly in soft skills, like being able to be consistent, friendly, have good social skills, and also show up for your audience every day. Now, you might be thinking, how am I gonna have the time in order to accomplish this? And trust me, it is possible, but you have to build skills like productivity and discipline in order to accomplish these effectively. You need to make really good use of your time. And I find this to be significantly harder for people who are just starting out on social media, because think about it, you're learning all these new skills. You are less likely to know and be confident in what it is you're doing, and having less experience can be really daunting, especially if we're trying something new. But I want you to remember our cake example. You cannot achieve high growth unless you are doing these things. So stick with it, even if you're not perfect at first, even if you make mistakes, you need to work through that process, no matter how uncomfortable it is, because this is how you're going to be able to generate the results you're looking for. Now, my fourth strategy for you is to make sure you're incorporating videos into your feed. The reason for this is social media is pushing video content. And specifically on Instagram, they're pushing Reels. This means that just by using Reels alone, you are going to be able to get significantly more eyeballs on your account. Now, there tends to be a lot of resistance to Reels in particular because people don't like being on camera. And trust me, I did not enjoy it either, so I totally sympathize with you on that. But I want you to take a look at these analytics. I want you to look at the number of carousel posts that I would need to make in order to get the reach that one reel of mine gets. It is simply a smart strategy to incorporate Reels into your business because it's going to help your account grow faster. Now, the good news is you can create a lot of faceless Reel ideas, such as the behind the scenes of your business. You can also showcase things like new arrivals into your business as well. And if there's any one takeaway I want you to have from this video, is that the work you put into it is the work you're going to get out of it. A lot of people try and cheat these long-term strategies in exchange for bot followers or follow-on-follow methods or paid advertising. And this makes your marketing significantly more expensive, and it also lessens its effectiveness. The long-term strategies are what makes the shortcut, because I want you to think about it. The more collaborations you're doing, the more accounts you're reaching. The more reels you're creating, the more accounts you're reaching. The more you're posting online, the higher quality your content is getting, the more confident you're getting, and the bigger your audience is growing. And you don't need to become an expert at all of these things overnight. If you're experiencing high resistance to any of these growth strategies, I want you to go and slow down the process a little bit. So focus on one. Maybe that's high quality content. You just want to get used to creating different types of content. Don't feel pressured that you need to incorporate all of these things today if you've never done it before. But I really want you guys to know and understand that all of these components contribute to high growth. So they have to be incorporated. Now, I did promise those of you who chose to stick around to the end of this video some free tools and resources that you could use that are gonna help walk you through step by step this whole process that I've covered in this video. So what I want you to do is go click the link in the description box below, and that is gonna take you to my free marketing membership where you are gonna get complete access to all the tools and strategies that we've discussed in this video today. And it's gonna break down each one a little bit more step by step, so it becomes more manageable and easier to work through. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I will catch you on the next one.